Hello my beautiful souls, my name is Jolene Matheson. I'm a psychic reader and energy healer. I also do past life regression therapy as well as astrological birth charts. For those of you who don't know what I'm doing, this is my Light Seers Tarot journey. So if you're a budding tarot reader, if you're learning the tarot, this might help you if you follow the whole series. And also just maybe it's just a message. I believe that whatever card comes up in the tarot, it could apply to someone at this particular moment. Please do let me know in the comments how you relate to any of this. I'm drawing a card at random. I'm going through all of them, but if I do happen to draw a card that I've already done a video on, then I will post the link to that video in the description section. If you're catching me on YouTube, you'll be able to also see in the description section how to contact me for a paid service. And if you're catching me on Facebook or TikTok, then you could also just send me a private message and we can discuss further there. So let's see what Spirit wants to share today. The Hanged Man. I don't think I've had the Hanged Man yet. No. Right. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm letting you know, tapping into any intuitive messages that come through, and then letting you know the traditional meaning of the card as well as the Light Seers Tarot interpretation. So the Hangman, this is now a situation of where you're kind of just hanging in limbo, where you're not making any steps to go forward, or you're not making decisions, or this could be because of your doing, because you're not making the decision, or because you're hanging around waiting for somebody else to make the decision for you. There is definitely a need to take some action, because if you look at like this, you're just like kind of like just hanging around and letting things be, instead of just, you remember that even not making a decision is, it's like not making a decision is making a decision not to act at the end of the day, and it's kind of leaving you stuck and not moving forward. In some instances you may be reliant on somebody else to make the decision for you, but there are things that you can do to help make this waiting period simpler for you, instead of allowing yourself to stay in this stuck energy. So let's the traditional tarot interpretation of it. With regards to a house, if you're waiting on a house, like if you're waiting on an offer you've made to be accepted, or on remodeling or something, there may be delays. So try and invest your time wisely while you wait. There could be a creative solution. So find ways to not let yourself get don't stay in the stuck moment. There's other things you can do in the meantime to get that going. With relationship, it could indicate that you're unable to get commitment from the partner that you're with, or you're unable to commit. Or it could show that you're just hanging around waiting for somebody to accept you as a partner, rather than a friend, rather than just the friendship. But waiting too long. Look, there's sometimes in your particular situation there may still be hope, and there may be a reason for the waiting period. But remember that waiting around too long could be emotionally draining for you. So you need to decide whether or not it's worth the emotional investment for you. Now, if with regards to career and money, signing contracts or legal matters, it's not a good time to do that right now. And there may be decisions going on in your workplace. For some of you may still be experiencing laybacks or retrenchments, as we call it in South Africa, but your job is safe. It's just kind of like a hanging around waiting for decisions to be made. If you're looking for work, you may find that there are some delays. There may be some delays in you getting the contract or the offer that you're looking for. I'm just trying, the previous card could have indicated, although I don't think that card was so much about career, but there is a small, the current energy is kind of like one of delays. If you haven't had the offer already, if you're waiting for the contract and you haven't already by now, Tuesday, done that, or by the time you're watching this video. Hold back on it. I mean, you would know what resonates most with your heart, because a little bit conflicting from the previous one, but it's of course dependent on your situation. Then the Light Seers Tarot interpretation is surrendering to the will of the cosmos, an intentional pause, reflection, letting go, embracing the new, realigning with your heart and purpose, new wisdom found, spiritual teachings. This is going with the flow, so I don't know. You need to let go of what's making you feel stuck, and then you make space for new insights and shift and wait for new insights to shift into place. Open your heart to the bigger plan, but don't just stay stuck. In the shadow aspect of it, it could relate to stagnation, self-sabotage, holding on to something that isn't meant for you, stubbornness, a tendency to be a martyr. This is for those who are stuck in relationships, abusive, emotionally or physically abusive relationships, and you always have excuses for why you cannot move forward. I don't want to say that with a lack of empathy. I myself come from, I was in an abusive marriage, and I use the term excuses loosely. So I'm not relating to the people who literally are unable to move out of that situation. There's just the simple condition of where you make excuses. Obviously, if your life is in danger, definitely find a way to protect yourself before you do that. I'm fully aware that it is not that simple to just walk away. I'm talking about when it's like relationships where it's like emotionally abusive, manipulative, not where your life is in danger, but just where your emotional state of mind is in danger, where you continue to make excuses when you're like involved in a narcissistic relationship, when you're with a narcissist, and you just keep holding on to the thought that they do love you, they will change, but they can mimic, they feed on the energies of an empath, and they can mimic your emotions or mirror your emotions for a time. So but they cannot keep it going for too long. So it may be time for a reality check. Please don't misunderstand me in thinking that I'm saying that if you're in a life-threatening situation that you need to quit making excuses for that. That's not what I'm referring to at this time. I'm talking about those who are in a position to be able to leave but choose not to because they're allowing themselves to be manipulated. So that's what I'm talking about. It's time for that reality check and to take the steps forward in best direction for yourself, for going forward, to find your happiness, to find your bliss. I hope this resonates with you. I'd love to hear back from you in the comments. Please do let me know. I'd like to know that this is beneficial for others and not just for me. Although I'm learning so much from this deck as I'm going through it, I love it. It's like my absolute favorite tarot deck at this moment. So, but yeah, please do drop the comments and let me know. And I look forward to doing your next video for you on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Love and light.